Hi, my name is Amanda Keller, and I'm the Associate Curator for Historic Interiors and Household Accessories at the Colonial Williamsburg Foundation. Today, I have brought a collection of snuff boxes for you to see. Our magazine here at Colonial Williamsburg, Trend and Tradition, has asked each curator to select a favorite object in the collection to share with all of our visitors. And I decided to select this snuff box to show you. Right now it's sitting in storage, and I wanted to bring it out to kind of highlight something that's really special to me. Now, a lot of people don't know what snuff boxes are or what they were meant to hold. So this type of box is quite small, something that you can easily put in your pocket and travel with. But what is snuff, right? What is snuff? Why would you need a snuff box? So snuff was a pulverized tobacco product that you could then pick up, put on your hand, and actually inhale. And what that would do is kind of give you this boost of energy, sort of a rush of energy. So it was very popular, something that was, all the rage in the 18th century. And so that's why these boxes were so popular. We have snuff boxes in many different media, not just horn like you're seeing here today. We have brass, many examples of brass snuff boxes, all different types of materials. Is whatever you wanted it to be made out of, you could have it made out of. But these snuff boxes, what I love about them, they were all made by one craftsperson. His name was John Oberset. And John Oberset, he was born in France in the late 17th century, and he was the son of an ivory carver. And he worked in horn primarily. He also worked in tortoiseshell, but this was his main media. And horn is just such a beautiful type of material to work with. It's produced by animals, so it's a keratinaceous material that you can then mold using heat and using different types of stamping methods and carving it very easily. And you can kind of see that here when I turn the box around at the bottom. You can see that it can even be put on a lathe, and that's what these little turning marks are here, the concentric circles that you're seeing. And as you're turning it, you can kind of shape it and mold it. We have quite a few horn cups in the, for example, so drinking vessels and things like that could be made out of horn. And they're very much, it was the plastic of the 18th century. So very easy to mold and work with and to kind of make whatever shape you want. But what John Oberset was really known for was these beautiful sort of portraits that would have appeared on these snuff boxes. That's why we have so many in the collection here, and many other institutions around the United States have them as well. But he worked in London, so he was born in France, moved to London, and had a shop there where he was working. Now, what he was known for are typically what you see around this one. You see mostly heads of monarchs. So you're looking and seeing Charles I depicted on this one. You see George II on a horse on that one, and I love it because it actually has his signature at the very bottom. It says Oberset on it with 1727. So what we also love about his work is he signed and usually dated his work, so we can kind of see when he was producing, how much he was making, and we can document his examples. Now, these three are some of my favorites because they show Queen Anne when she was the monarch. He was producing these things. This one is dated 1705, and she, of course, was Queen of England, during those years. So they would have probably been a very popular image where he, a lot of these would have sold and been a popular motif. So that's what he was known for. But what I love about this example is that it shows a really rare depiction of an African. We assume he's enslaved because of the metal collar that's on his neck. Now, something like this would have been, an imported, probably even brought to the colonies. Lots of people would have had these types of things. But what I like about it is that it shows somebody that we probably wouldn't ordinarily see survive. So this type of image is really rare. We don't have a lot of paintings in the collection, for example, that show enslaved individuals. So to have something that was probably produced in the 1720s that depicts an African is really very exciting for our collection. Now, this type of image would not have been unusual to have in a place like London. This was a huge port city for the transatlantic slave trade. People were going through London and being processed. So something like this would have been part of the iconography of London. So you would have seen images like this depicting an African on trade shop signs, for example, at like a local bakery, wherever there were sugar or, other types of goods being sold. So I do think that something like this would have been more common than we think today. But I think what's really exciting about it is that we don't really have many images that show this type of, a person who we'll never know his name, but at least we have this documented image of these people being transported throughout the world and survives today. So it's a very, very important object in our household accessories collection, and we're really happy to have it.